u Rwanda ruzira ruswa n'akarengane mu cyerekezo 2050. Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM. Gusesagura n'ubupfapfa, zirikana ko iyo mbimenya ari ijambo ribi maze ukoreshe neza imari yawe. Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM.
Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM.
We got you updated. This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
This is Radio Imanzi broadcasting from Kigali. Here is the news in English, brought to you by Fiona Omuganwa. The headlines. Prime Minister Edward Ngirente says emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence require more enforcement in cyber security. 17 female police officers have started a 2-week training of trainers course on the prevention of recruitment and use of children as soldiers. Kenya intends to pursue the construction of a gas pipeline linking Tanzania's main city, Dar es Salaam, to the coastal city of Mombasa and on to the capital, Nairobi. Welcome back. Now news in detail. Prime Minister Edward Ngirente says emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence require more enforcement in cybersecurity in the context of safeguarding and protecting people's information. The Premier made the remarks today while addressing leaders at this year's Tallinn Digital Summit underway in Estonia. The Tallinn Digital Summit is an annual event organized by the Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas. It brings together digitally advanced countries, international organizations, and the private sector to address the most pressing issues of today and tomorrow. Dr. Ngirente said the digital technology is changing the world, and with the experience of COVID-19, people have experienced the acceleration of the digital revolution. He noted that for Rwanda and many other countries, broadband connectivity for all is key to national priorities as we strive to leave no one behind in an increasing digital world. The summit, which runs for the next 2 days under the theme Trusted Connectivity through Trusted Partnerships, will look at topics such as global stability, energy, economic and cybersecurity, as well as digital policy. 17 female police officers have started a 2-week training of trainers course on the prevention of recruitment and use of children as soldiers. The course, conducted by the Rwanda National Police in partnership with the Dalea Institute for Children, Peace and Security, was officially opened by the Deputy Inspector General of Police Felix Namuhoranye at the Rwanda National Police General Headquarters in Kachiru. Namuhoranye said the course is very important to gain knowledge and skills to prevent the recruitment and use of children as soldiers in armed conflicts. The Rwanda National Police and the Dalea Institute for Children, Peace and Security signed a memorandum of understanding in December 2019. Namuhoranye said since then, one of the major achievements has been a steady increase of capacity of female officers ready for deployment in peacekeeping missions. Rwanda is one of the leading contributors of female police officers to peace support operations and currently maintains a female-dominated formed police unit contingent under the UN mission in South Sudan. Activists have renewed their call for increased effort to improve understanding of mental health in the Rwandan society. Today, October 10th, is World Mental Health Day, an annual event marked globally to create awareness and mobilize support for those experiencing mental health issues. This year, the global theme for the day is making mental health and well-being for a global priority. Locally, a number of events are being organized throughout the month of October, aimed at raising awareness about mental health. An example of such events is one organized online by the University of Rwanda's Center for Mental Health on the 13th of this month, with conversations focusing on getting perspectives from practitioners, researchers, and policymakers to reiterate the need for early mental health support services for children and adolescents in rural and urban communities. Professor Vincent Seizibera, director of UR Center for Mental Health, said they will also have campus tours and community outreach activities during the month of October. He says they are targeting to have a big event in Gasabo, Nyagatare and Musanze districts where they will involve the association of those who are either consulting or being treated at Ndera New Psychiatric Hospital but are now discharged so that they can share their experience. He pointed out that such outreaches are aimed at educating people about mental health and fight against the stigma that negatively affects the behavior of seeking assistance. Violations of migrants' rights and human trafficking are some of the topics to be discussed at the Interparliamentary Union Assembly due to start in Kigali tomorrow, October 11th. The Interparliamentary Union's 145th Assembly, running until October 15th, will be held under the theme Gender Equality and Gender-Sensitive Parliaments as Drivers of Change for a More Resilient and Peaceful World. Senate President Auguste Iyamuremye said the Assembly will also discuss issues shaping the world today, including climate change and armed conflicts. He said subjects that will be discussed during the Assembly include what parliaments can do about the issue of migration and human trafficking, as well as violation of human rights of migrants. Iyamuremye added that the Assembly will discuss the status of the rights of lawmakers, particularly those in conflict-torn countries. Other issues to be discussed include environmental degradation, notably climate change, and its impact, terrorism, and the effects of armed conflicts. At the end of the Assembly, the parliamentarians will make resolutions which will be implemented by their respective countries. Some men in Rubavu district say stigmatization against family planning is still prevalent in the district. When their friends and neighbors ask about their family planning, the men say they feel ashamed and judged. According to them, the district's understanding of family planning is still lacking. They urged the authorities to step up efforts to encourage Rubavu district residents to use family planning. Ishimwe Pacific, the deputy mayor in charge of social welfare, noted that while the number of men who use family planning remains low in the district, the authorities are working to raise awareness and change the men's attitude towards it.
Economic news is a regular feature on Radio Imanzi.
The Rwanda Stock Exchange Market Report. The trading session recorded a total turnover of 153,750,000 Rwandan francs worth of bonds traded in two deals on the fixed income market, while the equities market remained quiet. The equities counters closed with Bralirwa at 170 Rwandan francs, Bank of Kigali at 272 Rwandan francs, I&M Bank at 43 Rwandan francs, Simirgwa at 120 Rwandan francs, M10 Rwanda at 176 Rwandan francs, Equity Bank at 440 Rwandan francs, Kenya Commercial Bank at 370 Rwandan francs, National Media Group at 1,200 Rwandan francs, Uchumi Supermarket at 104 Rwandan francs, and R8 Buffalo closed the counter at 526 Rwandan francs. The currency market review of today. Burundian franc buying price was 0.5 and the selling price was 0.51. Ugandan shilling buying price was 0.27 and the selling price was 0.272. Tanzanian shilling buying price was 0.44 and the selling price was 0.445. The Kenyan shilling buying price was 8.5 and the selling price was 8.7. The euro buying price 1,006 and the selling price 1,027. The British pound buying price 1,145 Rwandan francs and the selling price 1,168. The US dollar buying price 1,033 Rwandan francs and the selling price 1,054 Rwandan francs.
Some items of international news on Radio Imanzi.
Kenya intends to pursue the construction of a gas pipeline linking Tanzania's main city, Dar es Salaam, to the coastal city of Mombasa and onto the capital, Nairobi, in a bid to reduce energy costs, according to Kenya's President William Ruto. He said the project would reduce energy charges in the industrial sector as well as for families in their homes. The president spoke to Tanzanian media today, shortly after holding bilateral talks with President Samia Suluhu on his first visit to the neighboring country since taking office in September. A former Liberian rebel is on trial in Paris on charges of crimes against humanity, torture, and acts of barbarism during the West African country's civil war in the 1990s. The 47-year-old Kunti Kamara is notably accused of complicity in massive and systematic torture and inhuman acts against the civilian population committed in Liberia's Lofa County in 1993 to 1994 as one of the leaders of the Olimo armed group. He was then less than 20 years old. He was arrested near Paris in 2018 and faces life imprisonment. The trial by the Paris Criminal Court has been made possible under a French law that recognizes universal jurisdiction for crimes against humanity and acts of torture. 76 people have been reported dead after a boat they are traveling in sank in Anambra State in southeastern Nigeria. Some 85 people were on board the boat, which was traveling to the river Niger. Anambra is one of 29 states in Nigeria's 36 states that have been devastated by heavy flooding since the start of the rainy season. With that, we come to the end of tonight's edition.